All right, we're here to talk a little bit of basketball because we went a little bit over on that topic. But
Oh
look,
man.
we're on basketball talk now. NBA so far. I'm gonna read a few stats off to you guys, and you tell me how impressive this is. Hold on. Now I know the Jazz had just this spectacular night against the Clippers the other night. The Clippers look pathetic. I don't know what the hell's going on over there. Kawhi ruined their whole mojo. But I'm gonna read these stats off to you. A lot of unbelievable games we saw the recent past few games. SGA 55, and we'll get to that in a second. 8 rebounds, 5 assists. Aaron Gordon 50
Yeah, where
points,
the hell
10
did that
threes.
come from? 10
10
of 11
threes.
from three?
I want you guys to picture yourself in 2020. Okay. Aaron Gordon on the Magic struggling to keep his position. And you tell someone, hey, in 5 years, he's going to go band for band with the greatest point guard of all time. And again, one of the first games of the season and almost win and hit 10 threes and get score 50 points. You thought you would have thought I was crazy. Okay. Luca, 43 points, 12 rebounds, 9 assists. Steph, 42, 7 and 6 3 pointers. Ant-Man, 41, 7 rebounds and 5 threes. Wemby, 40 points, 15 rebounds and 3 blocks. That man's scary. Maxi, 40 points, 6 assists. Embiid looks like a joke. Giannis, 37, 14, 5. Sengun in 2 overtimes, 39, 11, and 7. And BJ Edgecombe, the generator, 34 and 7. Now, I just want those are the craziest stats so far. We're gonna get some more tonight, obviously, but anything that kind of stood out, Jalen, I'll start with you this time because you're the basketball guy. You work in the NBA. Like anything in your head that just like you're like shocked about and you're nervous as a Jazz employee right now. Like who are you nervous to play in the West right now? Because you guys are in the West, but very hard West, by the way. Now, who are you like very nervous to play? Like who can you not wait to see, but also don't want to play at the same time?
I can't wait to see Cooper Flag. That's
Ooh,
the thing. I can't wait
okay.
to see Cooper Flag. But the most scared I'm ready close. To, the most scared I am to see is the Spurs. That performance, what I saw from Wimbenyama, and we was watching it live too while we was watching the game in front of us, and then we have monitors as well, so we can watch other
Right, right.
games. And I was watching that game with Wimby, and he did the reverse dunk. That was cool. What got me the most was when he dribble, crossover between the
Tween,
legs,
tween.
step between the legs, step back, jump shot, foul on the other, and then just sat there at 7'5" doing that. That's a problem. That's a problem. They don't even
Can't
have
walk.
De'Aaron Fox on the floor.
I forgot about that.
They didn't even have De'Aaron Fox on the floor. They didn't even have forgot what his name was, but he always got the pink hair.
Sohan.
Yes, they didn't have Sohan on the floor. Dylan Harper came off the bench. He looks good. He had 15 in his debut. Like they're probably the most scariest team in the league, other than obviously the Thunder. Obviously, but the Spurs are the most dark horse team in the league, and they could literally make a finals run if Wemby is playing like that. Because no one can stop him, no matter how big, no matter how tall, no matter how many people you throw at him. He has the handles of a guard at 7'5" and the athleticism to be able to dunk and reverse dunk like we saw, and step back from three and hit it. That's why I said he was number one player to me in the league. But I was clowned for it.
You still will get clowned for it, but listen, there's one person that I know can stop him. His name starts with a G, ends with an S. He's the Greek freak, the Greek god, Giannis Antetokounmpo. Now, I might be a little biased, but last year he held him to 10 points. Don't forget that. The second game he had like 20 something, whatever. Giannis still had 30. But that's the one person I know that can stop him. I think that's the only person in the league. Like, I'm not kidding. I genuinely believe Giannis is the only person in the league that can actually stop Wemby from doing what he did the other night. He made Anthony Davis look like a peon. Now look,
Anthony Davis took him to school. What was it? His rookie year last
yeah,
year.
yeah, when he's on the Lakers, yeah. Look, I think
And
people
then
forget what
Giannis, I mean
Anthony
not
Rose.
Giannis, and then Wemby
Right,
had an off season.
right, with the monks. Now listen, I think people forget Anthony Davis's like role as a defensive player. He's not like an on ball like defense. Like he's a rim protecting big who can switch on to any guard and flow with any bigger guard. In my opinion, I think that's fair. A fair summary of his game. I don't think he can't guard Giannis. He can't guard Jokic, like straight up. He can't guard Embiid straight up. He can switch. He can rim protect. By rim protect, I mean he can chase down stuff and jump with you. Like he can't physically on ball guard you. Like we saw that the other night, and Wemby put that on display. And I never thought I'd see that out of Anthony Davis. It didn't look good. Now, one thing I wanted to hit on, me and David had this conversation, and Jalen, we were going to get your opinions on this too. Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. Now, everyone complains about free throws. Well, stop fouling him, okay? And that's my opinion. I see him getting fouled. I said that's a foul. You go rewatch that game last night. You got fouled pretty much every time. Now, David, you're pretty sick of these narratives of him being a free throw merchant, even though he gets all these fouls and get to the free throw line 20 seconds. I mean, he had two overtimes. He had 6 quarters. Obviously, he didn't do it the first time. The first game, he didn't get that many free throws. Now, last night, it's a big deal. Give me your thoughts and why you don't think he's a free throw merchant.
I think that box score watchers and people who are just like fair weather fans kind of look for excuses to like try to tear down players who are elite at doing one certain thing. The thing about SGA, which in my opinion is the biggest reason why he's been able to elevate his game to the point that he has, is because he's the best player in the world when it comes to like body control and naturally initiating contact. Like Jalen Brunson was able to take that superstar leap because he's so good at just naturally initiating contact while he's moving. And that's something that SGA has always been good at. I saw SGA play at Kentucky, and he was as smooth with the ball, operating then, controlling the pace, controlling the tempo as he is now. But the whole free throw merchant narrative is just completely false, in my opinion. I was talking about this yesterday, but you take every single scoring champion of the past 10 years and you compare them to SGA last year. SGA last year, that's when everyone said he was a free throw merchant. That's when everyone said that, you take away the free throw line and he wouldn't even be an all-star. SGA last year in the regular season averaged 8.6 free throws per game, right? You compare that to Luka last year, or 2 years ago, averaged 8.8 free throws per game. Joel Embiid won scoring champion in 23. He averaged 10.5 free throws per game. Now, Steph Curry, kind of the outlier just because he takes so many threes, he doesn't get fouled as much. The 2 times that he's won scoring champion, he hasn't had that many free throws. But you go back even further, prime like Rockets Westbrook, when he won those scoring champions, he averaged like 12 and 13 free throws per game the 2 seasons that he won it. So, none of those
go back as far as Kobe and Wade.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, fucking, you want to go further, like Russell Westbrook, when he won scoring champion, he averaged 11 free throws per game. Even fucking DeMarcus Cousins, when he averaged like 29 points per game, like prime Sacramento Kings DeMarcus Cousins, he averaged more free throws per game in that season than SGA did this year. The thing is that Shea, on average, takes a perfectly normal amount of free throws, but he'll have maybe 1 or 2 games where he completely controls the pace, where, he initiates a lot of contact, and maybe he'll have a few free throws more than normal, and everyone will just assume that's the only way that he can score. But it's just a way for people to try to make it seem like he's not as good as he is, when in reality, basically every elite scorer that's ever won scoring champion, outside of, like I said, like Curry and maybe a couple other like outliers, you could basically make the same free throw allegations for, because every elite scorer goes to the free throw line, drawing contact, initiating fouls. That's literally it's part of the game. It's one of the most essential parts about being a volume scorer, is being able to score at all 3 levels and be able to finish through contact. Like it's just such a tired narrative for me, man. And it takes away from like what them, like the Thunder and all them have like been able to accomplish. Like, I remember what you were saying. It's like Jimmy shot 18 free throws, I believe it was, in their first game against
in
the
the first
Lakers.
game this year, and then
And
Benedict Mathurin shot 17 last night. What's the issue?
nobody cared. Like it's just it's stupid. It really is stupid. And I understand, like, 26 free throws is a lot, but it's double overtime, and it's like, well, then don't foul him. You know what I mean?
He's
like,
getting fouled. Like he's
yeah.
I'm watching the game. I'm like, he's okay. Like he'll get smacked. There's a play when Nemhard tried to hook him, foul. There's a few plays where they jump at him, and when you jump, and Shai Gilgeous is in front of you, he's going to jump with you and try to take the shot. It's a foul. It's in the rule books. It is a genuine foul. Now, Jalen, you've seen Shai play up front multiple times last year because obviously they come to Utah. Tell me, like, your first-hand experience of like seeing Shai Gilgeous-Alexander play basketball. Like, is it really that daunting to where like everyone just has to complain about it?
To the point to where people are like complaining to it at that rate, I don't think so. I think when you watch it on TV, you kind of only see it for what it is from the whistle, and you can only see so much. But when you're there in person, obviously watching something in person is a lot different than watching it on TV. But it kind of feels like he has the little kind of like a Jordan-esque kind of type of his game.
Kobe.
Or Kobe.
I see Kobe.
Well, Kobe got it from Jordan, but
right.
It's like you kind of look at the resemblance of both guys and both in him. And back in the day, they didn't call a lot of fouls. Jordan would be on the line a lot too, because that's just the way the game was back then. It was a lot physical, but the way the game is now, a lot of the fouls that they call are some are ticky-tack, but some are fouls, and it's really. I've seen him warm up. He's kind of got, like I said, he got that Jordan kind of Kobe-esque kind of game to him, and you can see it a lot, especially in person, because where he stands on the floor, and he facilitates too. He facilitates without the ball too. So he's a very special player. He's very special, and he was the reason, obviously, they won the championship last year. But very special.
Look, I think Shai's the best point guard since Curry, his MVP. I do. I think he's better than Harden and Westbrook. People call me crazy for saying that. I'm like, well, the resume speaks otherwise. He has the ring. He has the same
really
MVP.
Win. Prime Westbrook really didn't win. That's the thing. Prime Harden.
Prime Westbrook was a 6 seed. Westbrook was a 6 seed as MVP year, and Harden was the 2 or 1 seed, and they didn't win. They went to the Western Conference Finals, lost to the Warriors. Steph was winning every single time. I mean, Shai's doing that now. He's better. He's better than everybody in the league right now, in my opinion, at that position. Now, I know that Wemby's going to take off, but I genuinely believe Shai has a very good shot at winning another MVP. Like, I don't think I want to see that. I want to see someone else win it, obviously, but like, I think he has a great shot.
I think this is Wemby's year for deep.
I think right now
Wemby wins defensive player of the year.
Wemby a good deep boy for sure. 3 blocks a game, counted easy.
I wanted to talk about the East for a second because
go ahead.
One of the more like not talked about games. Well, I'll talk about the Bulls, but one of the not more like talked about games. Dude, I'm fucking like wearing the. Come on, man. Like that game was amazing. Like the Magic and the Heat. It was back and forth. There were 25 lead changes. The Heat had a big lead, and then the Magic came back, and it was close for basically the whole fourth quarter. I think the Magic have a legitimate shot to really, really make some noise this year. That trade for Desmond Bane was the trade that every team. It was like classic example of a team being pretty good, but like missing that one other piece. And I do think Desmond Bane. They paid a high price to get him, but you put a slasher and a shooter like Desmond Bane between 2 guys who they got Wendell Carter Jr. still, but which it's okay, but
not
like but like the rest of the team I really, really like. They the KCP thing didn't work, but they're turning the keys over to Anthony Black, the 6th overall pick from 2 years ago. I liked him a lot coming out of Arkansas. Desmond Bain at the 2, Franz at the 3. Franz, one of the best slashers in the league, in my opinion. Like elite off-ball movement, needs to improve his shooting. But Paulo, one of the more underrated stars in the game. And then you have a Heat team that honestly, I think the Heat are pretty underrated as well. Nobody's really talking about them, but they made one of the more underrated moves of the offseason, getting Norman Powell. I think Norman Powell is going to do great things in Miami. He had a great season, averaged 22 with the Clippers. You put him next to Tyler, Andrew Wiggins, Bam. I really am a big fan of Kel'el Ware. I think he's
oh my god,
really
I love him, dude. He's so good, dude. I think he reminds me a lot of Walker. Defensive. Yeah, he reminds me a lot of Walker Kessler. I think he's going to be a 20-10 guy. They re-signed Davion Mitchell, who I like a lot, like kind of like a Colin Sexton type of player. So I like the Heat a lot this year as well. I think the Heat are more of like an underrated team that like maybe could like make like a 6 or like a 7 or an 8 seed and then maybe like upset a team in the first round. But I genuinely think the Magic can be a top 4 team in the East this year. I really do. David, I think you're forgetting about a game, bro. You know a game I'm talking about. You're forgetting about a game, bro.
Which game are you talking about?
Oh my god, you're missing one, bro. Think about it for like 5 more seconds.
What have we not talked? I don't want to like.
Come on, bro. 2019 first, second pick, bro. Zion and Ja going at it.
Zion and that's bro. Right. Yeah, you look good. You look good.
I'm trying to listen, man. That man stays healthy. He gonna really show y'all what he's about. He's gonna be the best in that draft class.
Big word was
here you go.
Behind him. I want to put all those Taco Bell commercials behind us, man.
You're going to, bro. You're going to. You know why? Because I picked him up in fantasy. I drafted him in the 4th round, and now he's going to be healthy because I have him on my team. Listen, Ja Morant looked absolutely spectacular. I thought he was going to look kind of trash because he's been so on and off. Last year, he had a kind of a down year, but now he's back to his normal form, it looks like. And Zion Williamson, bro. I'm trying to tell you guys, it's time. It's time. Like they play the Spurs tonight. This is a big game for Zion tonight. He gets to play Wemby. He gets to really showcase, like, hey, I was the first number 1 overall pick too. Like I can show you what I can do. Like I'm really that guy. Like I'm telling you.
Last time he played 65 games, he averaged 27. It's just can he stay on the field? But here's the thing about the Pelicans, bro. It needs to be this year because another thing that a lot of people are talking about. They have not been a well-ran organization these past 2 years. We were talking about earlier, that DeJounte Murray trade looks awful. You gave up Dyson Daniels and 2 first-round picks. That looks bad. This year they obviously they took Fears, but then they traded their first-round pick next year to move up to get Queen. So they don't have a first-round pick next year, which could be a wildly irresponsible
They gotta
move.
Go.
They don't have Brandon Ingram anymore. It's Zion's team
make
now.
The second round or something, bro. They gotta make the playoffs. They gotta
jump into a big one with Chauncey Billups.
Forgot about that topic, man. Listen, I just wrote a story about this today. Actually, fun fact. And Damon, what's his name? God, I already forgot his name.
The Cavs guy with LeBron, right?
Damon Jones, the former Buck, former Cavs, former Heat, former Celtics, all of that. He's been around the league, but him and Chauncey Billups and Terry Rozier and maybe 30 other people.
I heard that Kevin Garnett had.
Kevin Garnett, I was gonna say Kevin Garnett was reportedly in those games as well.
And Gilbert Arenas was in it too, but he got caught early and he snitched. I'm pretty sure. I don't blame him. But listen, that is weird, man. You're making $9 million a year as Chauncey Billups, and you're going underground to play these card games where you're cheating. First of all, you got these X-ray, ultra red lenses. And you can see through the cards. You got these machines in the back just turning for you. And you're cheating. What are we doing, Jalen? Can you imagine if Jalen got caught just like betting or something on an NBA sport or something like that? Say if he did that, and he hasn't. But I'm saying, like, he would be fired off the spot. Like, for a coach to do it? Yeah, right. No, literally, not for a coach to do it. Come on, man. Like you're putting your whole team, whole organization, whole league in jeopardy because you are selfish and want to get more money than $9 million, bro. Can you imagine
And the
if I had $9
crazy
million?
thing is, I seen him last week. Last week he came in for a preseason game, and I was at his press conference. Me and one of my coworkers was sitting in the front, and he was, how they talk and look around, and when they look at everyone while saying an answer. I was sitting I was right here in the front, and then the desk was like right in the middle, and he looked over at us, and I was like, I literally just seen that dude last week, and he looked me in the face, looked me in the eye, and that was probably the closest I've ever been close to the mafia. I was like, so you telling me I literally was looking? I literally basically touched eyes with the mafia.
Dude, it's always so funny when you knowing what you know now, you go back and you look at like a player's like lowlights. Like when that whole Emmanuel Class A thing happened with the Guardians, and you go back and you look, it's like, a popular pitcher bet is like first pitch ball or strike. And if he bet first pitch ball, the fucking ball would be in the dirt like 2 feet like before it got to home plate. Or like it'd be like a wild pitch like a foot above the catcher's head, and it's like you're like, wow, this is like blatantly obvious. Like I saw something that's like a bunch of Terry Rozier turnovers. If like you bet the over on his turnovers, it would just be throwing the ball right to the other team. Like off of inbounds pass, he had an inbounds pass where he tried to throw a lob to Bam. It fucking hit off the top of the basket support. Like it's crazy. Like, and you're like, wow, like it was right in front of us the whole time.
Look, I don't understand how. I mean, it was pretty obvious that Terry Rozier was betting.
That dude sucks, man.
Nah, he's good. He was betting. He just
Right.
missed a lot, and you can just tell. But I don't know if you guys saw this picture earlier, but Chauncey Billups, like out of his hearing or whatever from today, he was wearing what's LeBron's little what's his name? What's his manager's name? Not Rock.
Rich Paul. Right?
Rich Paul. He was wearing
Clutch
his little. He was wearing the company's name on his sweatshirt. Rich Paul's little
Clutch Sports sweatshirt on.
he had a Clutch Sports. Hey, it's a lot of speculation.
Oh, that's great.
He had a Clutch Sports, a brown Clutch Sports sweatshirt on, and everybody's saying like, "Hey, that's a warning shot. Like, y'all better come get me before everybody come down." And I don't know. Clutch Sports kind of weird. Why is Chauncey Billups wearing that? Is he a part of Clutch Sports? I don't know. But look,
good question.
We're gonna be following that along very, very much.